All praises, all honor, all glory goes to Abba, Yahweh, Malik Yavid, Melchizedek, Messiah Malik, Yahweh Shah the Nazarene, Hamashiach the High Priest. All praises due for the royal law of liberty and the royal house of King David. And Exodus 14:14 for peace. All praises. The Lord shall fight for you and you shall hold your peace. Just like he said, the Lord is a man of war, and that is his name, Exodus 15:3. And I digress. This is Messiah Malik, Yesai Hamas coming at you with another one. Truly all in the spirit. Just want to do another read along. Just let the Father's word be true and all men be a liar, as always. And I'm coming out of Matthew 22, reading the complete and entire, and wanted to just be able to emphasize again in the spirit the royal law of liberty. But I digress and let the Father's word speak for itself. Parable and the marriage feast. The parable of the marriage feast. And Yahushua answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Again, he sent forth other servants, saying, Tell them which are bidden, Behold, I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage. But they made light of it, and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise. And the remnant took his servants, and entreated them spitefully, and slew them. But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies, and destroyed those murderers, and burnt up their city. Then saith he to his servants, The wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go ye, therefore, into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways, and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guest, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. And he saith unto him, Friend, how comest thou into Salak? And he saith unto him, Friend, how comest thou in hither, not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then said the king to the servants, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called, but few are chosen. The tribute to Caesar. Then went thou Pharisees, and took counsel how they might entangle him in this talk. And they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true, and teachest the way of God in truth. Neither carest thou for any man, for thou regardest not the person of men. Tell us, therefore, what thinkest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not? But Yahushua perceived their wickedness, and said, Why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites? Show me the tribute money. And they brought unto him a penny. Show me the tribute money. And they brought unto him a penny. And he saith unto them, Whose is this image and subscription? They say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God, Yahweh, Abba, Yasahamas, and the things of that are God's. When they had heard these words, they marveled and left him and went their way. Yahushua answers the Sadducees. The same day came to him the Sadducees, which say that there is no resurrection, and asked him, saying, Master, Moses, indicates he was talking about Moses back in the day, because Yahushua was there to get asked the question, just proving that Yahushua came after Moses. I digress, go back to 24, saying, Master, Moses said, if a man died having no children, his brother shall marry his wife and raise up seed unto his brother. Now there was, and there now there was up, family. Now there were with us 7 brethren, and the first, when he had married a wife, deceased, and having no issue, left his wife unto his brother. Likewise, the second also, and the third, unto the 7th. And last of all, the woman died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife shall she be of the 7? For they all had her. Yahushua answered and said unto them, Ye do error, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God, Yahushua. All praises, they don't know. Don't know. Let me digress, read it again. Yahushua answered and said unto them, Ye do error, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God, Yahweh or Yahushua. For in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. But as touching the resurrection of the dead, talking about now, the resurrection of the dead is spiritually, all praises, and we've been live in it, and he's literally talking about it. So, and I'm going to digress to talk about how he's talking about now. Time of judgment was 2,000 years ago when he was mentioning the time of the kingdom was at hand when we died on the cross. And he was talking to the Pharisees and the Sadducees about Moses to let them know the Moses law was dead. All praises, and we are alive because of the royal law of liberty. But I digress back to 30. For in the resurrection, which was the time of judgment, and we are in the resurrection of the truth of the Lord, royal law of liberty. For in the resurrection, they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have ye not read which was spoken unto you by God, saying, I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. And he is the God, Yahweh is the God of the living. Yahweh, all praises. Abba, Salak. And when the multitude heard this, they were astonished at his doctrine, because he is the God of the living. Abba Yahweh Malik Yavid is the God of the living, all praises. And the son Yahushua Hamashiach the Nazarene is the God of the living and the dead, his son, all praises. That's what makes him the high priest. He died for this, all praises. And digress right to explaining it with the royal law of liberty, how he died on the cross to allow us to be under him. We don't have to make any sacrifices no more, because his blood is blessed when we died on the cross back then 2,000 years ago. And this is just another testimony of how he came after Moses. Wanted to point that out with just the passage today. And it is self-explanatory in the royal law of liberty. And I digress to 35. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? And Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. on these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. And when the Pharisees were gathered together, Yahushua asked them, saying, What think ye of Hamashiach? Whose son is he? They say unto him, The son of David. He saith unto them, How then doeth David in spirit call him Lord, saying, The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou on my right hand, till I make thine enemies thy footstool. If David then call him Lord, how is he his son? And no man was able to answer him a word. Neither doest any man from that day forth ask him any more questions. Blessed be the reading. All praises, all honor, and all glory goes to Yahweh, the Abba, Malik, Yaved, Melchizedek, Messiah, Malik, Yahweh Shai, the Nazarene, Hamashiach, the high priest of the royal law of liberty in the royal house of King David. It's an honor and a blessing to be of the 12-tribe Hebrew Israelite family, blessed for eternity. And it's an honor to be a member of Judah. Just praying that that was another uplifting read along in the spirit, family. Just wanted to be able to, in the spirit, give another vibrational read along to the family. And I pray that it did its job and it stayed edifying. Love each and every one of y'all. Shalom.